What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. It is Wednesday, May 15th, a little after 11 a.m. Hot stock of the day, PDSB. A little bit of a tongue twister. Going from 680 all the way up to a high of $9.22. I just want to show something real quick earlier in chat. We'll get to it later. But there were so many stocks gapping up this morning, a lot of low float stocks. And what kicked it off, I think, last night we had ARCI after the close go from 440 up to 640. Just exploded up, releasing a 10Q. It's a low float stock. It got people's attention. Sure enough, the next day, Wednesday, we had all kinds of stocks gapping up. ADXS was gapping up. AWSM was gapping up. CLRB was gapping up. PDSB was gapping up. A lot of low float stocks gapping up pre-market. So when I see a lot of low float stocks gapping up pre-marks, I'm looking on Twitter. I'm looking at the trading gurus, and the trading gurus that have a following. What stocks are they looking at? Because I know they have a following and they have sheep. Deckmar Trades, Warrior Trading, Day Trader Pro, Madass Trader, Timothy Sykes. All these traders you should be following on Twitter. Every day they put a watch list out, and at least every one of these trading gurus have a following of at least 1,000 people. And when you got a low float stock pop up, something like this happens. So every morning, Warrior Trader does a live stream and talks about the stocks he's going to trade. I said it in the Discord room right here before the market even opened. Let me pull it up. I said PDSB is going to explode today on high watch. Right here, 3 minutes before the market opened. ADXS was one of the stocks I was watching pre-market. I said a bunch gapping up. Let first 15 minutes pass, no rush. Gonna see a great setup if a stock is strong. Then I said PDSB, very close watch. I know chat rooms are watching. Deckmar and Warrior, let's get it. Right 3 minutes before the market opened. How did I know that? Because I tune in and I watch Warrior Trading. I look at Deckmar Trades' watch list. Right when the market opens, PDSB, first 4 minutes, doesn't do nothing, then volume hits it. From $6.72, this exploded all the way up to $8.57. Look at that, right there, the first minute. That's a huge, huge range right there. And that's just a trading technique that you could pick up by following chat rooms. You know what they're watching. You have a sheep. You know these sheep have their hands on the trigger waiting for their guru to say, okay, I'm in. And then once they hear that, they all chase the stock. The guru goes up in profit. All the traders chase, push the price up, and then the guru just dumps it. It happens all the time. Now PDSB's starting to move its way on up. But there was opportunity on this when it also pulled back. I totally missed this move right here, even though I called it. But I was patient. I waited for it to pull back. I let this pull back to the VWAP, and I got in on it. And I wrote it up on a pop. Then I let it come back down, sell off here at $8. Started making higher lows right there and right there. Then that's when I got in. Explodes over the VWAP and explodes up. Comes right back down. Repeat the process right there. Sell into the pops up here. I did try to get in on this one more time before I started this live stream. This was forming a nice wedge. A very nice wedge on it. But I just felt I'm watching it and watching it. I got in a little late on it too the last time I traded it. I got in at 840 and it kept pulling back and pulling back. It did pop up and I'm like, that's not conviction really. And I just felt like the market makers were playing games with it. They were really, really milking it. I have another chart. Hold on, let me bring it over. This was the chart I was watching it on. This one right here. I guess I deleted my lines. But my original lines on this were right here. Those were my original lines. And like I said, I got in at 840. I got in at a horrible price. Got in at 840. This pulled back. I seen it was still holding the trend line. Then it broke out of the wedge here. And when it broke out, that's not showing strength to me. When a pattern breaks out, I want to see it surging, breaking up, strong, buyers coming in. When this broke out of the wedge here, it was like the tape was just like tickering. No buying was really coming in. No selling was coming in. And look at it came right back down to the trend line. Does a U-shape back up. I just feel the market makers are playing games with it. This still could explode to the upside. It very well could. It could be trapping shorts, but it could also be trapping longs as well. I look at this as that's a fake out right there to the long side. That's a fake out right there to the long side. And then this is probably going to have a death candle to just kill it. But when you honestly sit and watch a stock, you'll pick up hints. Like I say, you'll get a feel for the stock and what it's doing. And PDSB is also in the healthcare sector as well. So when this was forming the wedge, healthcare pulled back and started moving its way back on up. This should have been a sign right here for me. When I was looking for it to break out, I was forcing it when it was double topping right here on the healthcare. And look what happened. It pulled right back and it's failing. So that's my bad and my mistake for not paying attention to the market signs. But I was still able to profit on this. As it broke out through this right here, I sold up into these candles. And then I got out because I didn't see strength. But let's go over what else happened today. We had ACRI pop up yesterday. And as soon as this opened, this just cracked. Look at that. What killed it for me pre-market was when it sold off right here. When I seen that, I said, man, that sucks. Because there was so many low float stocks popping up on the scanners that I know people are going to walk away from this and move on to what's popping up. So I still thought I'd keep an eye on it right at the open. As soon as the market opened, it sold down to $5. And I was watching it in this $5 area to see if it would start maybe bouncing off of $5. and working its way back on up to 550, but it didn't, and it just puttered off. CLRB was another one on the watch list, but I didn't really see strength in this. This did one of those AYTUs from yesterday when this had a push up and it would pull back and it would go up, back up, and it would only make a little bit more of a high. And this is what I call a death grind. When a stock just like uptrends like that. I don't like playing stocks like that because the party could end at any moment. And when you're taking a position and the stock's making a new 3-4 cent high every 8-10 minutes, it's just not worth my time. But good range from it, from 255 up to 280, down to 255 to 285, 265, $3 right there. And then it comes all the way back down to 265, little sideways, 270, back up to $3. So like a 30-25 cent range on it. Everybody sees opportunity in all different perspectives in the market. There are people that love trading stocks like this. They look at it as easy money. But for me, it's harder for me to play something like this because I just don't have the patience. We also had ARCI gapping up. Oh, we already talked about that one. LWAY, nothing. ADXS popped up. This did a good U-shaped breakout. This gapped up pre-market. Let's see. They came out with the Form 8K. And the FDA lifts its partial clinical hold on cancer trial. Nothing big. It just got attention into the stock. But pre-market here, you can see it did a U-shape. Market opens, sells off from 380 all the way down to 340. It starts to stabilize right there, working its way on up to the VWAP, blows through the VWAP, and from 340 had a nice surge up to 375. Still not enough range for me. And now it's just selling and puttering off. TIGR, just something I'm still having on watch. BPTH, I mentioned this yesterday, and look what it did. BPTH, really no volume, but it just slowly just moved its way on up from 1475 all the way up to 16, and then look at that ramp all the way up to $19. Gapped up to 1950, and then today sold off really hard to 1650, and then gets a nice bounce right up to the VWAP. Nice tight wedge right there. Blows over the VWAP, 1750 up to 1824. It's kind of interesting. It pulled right back to that area to where it was like slowly grinding up. It found like a little bit of resistance right there until it started like really uptrending. GBR, just I had this on watch. GBR has a history of running huge. It's a low float stock. A lot of low floats were just popping up this morning. And whenever I see a lot of low floats popping up on the gap scanner, I'm adding them all to my watch list because I don't know which ones is going to have volume attack it. And look at PDSB. It finally gave way and exploded. That's what I was waiting for. And it finally did it right there. Nice dollar surge right there. See, patience pays. It was just a little bit of an extended wedge. I was anticipating it too early. I was on the right path, but my timing was off. But it's alright. I was still able to capitalize on this stock. When you trade a stock and make profit on it, you gotta take a step back sometimes and tell yourself, hey, I've made my profit. I don't want to give any of it back, because the more you trade, the more careless you start getting. But wow, big explosion on that. Look at that. That's what I was waiting for. I knew it was coming. It's just my timing was off on it. See how it just got tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter? The market makers were really milking it with this one, letting it go at 11:10. Normally these moves happen at like 10:30. Look at that, just 8:50 to 9:40 in 3 minutes. Once it takes off and goes, it goes when you have low floats. We might get a bull flag pullback here to $9, and then it'll start surging back up to the high. There's not really much volume on PDSB though. Only 4.5 million in volume on the day so far. And the only way to get better is just to see this stuff happen over and over and over again. And like I say, it's the importance of being here every day. Watching a stock tell its story. And then if you miss a move like that, you can't get FOMO. You can't. You got to take a step back and say, I missed it. Because if you try chasing that, you'll just get destroyed. Let the stock pull back, set back up to a pattern that you recognize, and then there it goes. And when it pulls back to the $9 area, I'm not looking for it to bounce exactly at $9. I'm looking at the general area, 890, 880. I just want to show you guys what this does. It's all about patience. It's like Kunal from Bulls on Wall Street says, if you chase, you die. Looks like I got a package in the mail. Give me 1 second. I'll let this keep rolling. I think my new monitor came in the mail. But watch this. It's probably going to, like I just said, it's going to bounce off this $9 level. And it's going to explode back up to the highs. And seeing that perfect example right there, how it bounced off of $9 and it pops up to 925, 930, that's when I'll take like maybe half of my size off or a little piece of it just to lock in some profits, because if it falls back to 9 and breaks 9, I can get out, break even with my other half, and still say I've walked away with some profit. You always want to pay yourself along the way. But I'm not a fan really of chasing a stock when it has a big surge like this and it pulls back to this level right here. I mean, sometimes I do play it, but that's if I'm desperate. Everybody's different, because I feel it's just playing around in this area, and it's just gonna pull right back to the area it broke out from. But it's looking like it's starting to fail. But leave comments down below. Did you guys trade PDSB? Did you guys trade CLRB? Did you trade ADXS? Let me know what you guys traded down below. And let me know if you guys are liking these daily recaps, and give me feedback. Is there anything you guys want to see in the daily recaps? Let me know. But let's take a look at the markets real quick. We got the SPY rallying up again. SPY had it. All futures were down this morning. All futures back down to this 281 level. But look at, as soon as the market opens, just showing strength. Look at that power. And now it's surging right up to this 285, the previous day's high. Showing good strength in the markets. Look at the Qs real quick. Same thing, but the Qs surpassed the previous day's highs. We got the VIX slowly falling back down below 16. Dow Jones turns positive. Up 100 points so far on the day. Look at that. That's showing strength. That's what I want to see. But as this is making lower highs and lower lows, let it continue to sell off. Let it continue to sell off. Let it stabilize. But that's going to be it for this market recap, guys. I hope you guys had a good one. Let me know what you guys traded down below. Make sure you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button. And until next time, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. All right, later, everyone.